There you go.
Way to go, Dorothy. Appreciate your advice. Thank you. All right. Thank you. All right. Good evening. I'm Matt Ethier, Chairman of the Waterloo Democratic Committee. I'd like to thank you all for coming and welcome you to this very special announcement. First, I'd like to point out a few of our honored guests in attendance this evening. First, we have our Chair of the Albany County Democratic Committee, Jack Flynn. Our former Mayor, Bob Carlson. So last night I ran a caucus for Bob Beston, and I mistakenly nominated Bob Carlson. So now I just introduced Bob Carlson as Bob Beston. So I'm batting 1,000. City of Waterloo Corporation Council, Jordan Eubank is here. Chair of the Rensselaer County Democratic Committee, Mike Moniscacci is here. We have Andra Ackerman is here. She's a candidate for Albany County Court Judge. And we're also joined by Daniela Weiss, who's a candidate for the Albany County Legislature 14th District. As I said, I also ran a caucus last night for Bob Beston, Sean Ward. Those two guys are a great help to the City of Waterloo. We proudly endorsed them both unanimously last night. They are unable to attend, unfortunately, so, but a round of applause for Bob and Sean. Also unable to attend because Valentine's Day, they were told by their supervisors that they had other plans, but our Albany County Executive, Dan McCoy, and Albany County Sheriff, Craig Apple, both sent their support. We have committee people in the room here. I'd like to point out just a few. Barb Diamond is here, Mark Cady's here, Rich Jones, Chris Dawes, Craig Carlson, Phyllis Carroll's in the back. If I missed anybody, I apologize, but round of applause for our Waterloo. All right. It has been quite some time since our Waterloo Democratic Committee put together a ticket of its own committee members for the offices of Mayor and City Council. Today, I proudly announce that this year, together, we have done so. The Waterloo Democratic Committee recently met and voted unanimously to endorse Charles Patricelli for mayor and Peter Torancello as Waterloo councilman. In a few minutes, I will invite Charles and Peter up to say a few words, but I first wanted to say a few things about them. Since Charles retired from the Waterloo Housing Authority and began to focus on public office, he has proven to be one of the hardest working and dedicated public servants many of us have ever seen. Charles has taken it upon himself to be the intermediary between City Hall and the residents of Waterloo. Besides the countless coffee meetings at McDonald's or Stewart's, his emails, his Facebook posts, and the simple fact that he puts his personal cell phone number at the bottom of all of his correspondence, Charles has proven to be one of the most accessible elected officials in our area. A few years ago, when the residents of Waterloo demanded answers to questions they felt were being ignored, Charles came in to public office and delivered. If anyone out there says that they don't know what's happening in the city of Waterloo, they are not reading his messages.
So true.
I sound like a broken record because we've been up here together so many times in your short tenure as councilman. But once again, as a resident of the city of Waterloo, thank you. Keep up the good work because so many appreciate your efforts, Charles. Peter Torancello. I can't thank you enough for stepping up to this challenge. When the former corporation council of this city comes to you and says, I want to be more involved, I care deeply about the city that I grew up in, I want to work as a team to make changes, and I want to run for public office, all you can do is roll up your sleeves and get ready to work. Peter's resume speaks for itself. Besides being former corporation counsel of the city of Waterloo, Peter was also lead counsel for the Waterloo Housing Authority. He also has long bloodlines in our city and on this Democratic Committee. He is a member of the Waterloo High School Athletics Hall of Fame. Peter currently serves as the Assistant Alternate Public Defender for Albany County. Over the next few weeks and months, when Peter knocks on your door and visits with his fellow committee people and asks for your support in this election and tells you why he is the right candidate for your vote, you will be blown away and will be just as excited as I am for the future of our city of Waterville. Ladies and gentlemen, this team works. This team has a proven track record together, and they care about what's going on in our great city of Waterville. As chairman of the Waterville Democratic Committee, I proudly endorse Charles Patricelli for mayor and Peter Torricella for councilman of the city of Waterville. Before turning over to Charles and Pete, I'd like to invite former Mayor Bob Carlson up to say a few words.
Thank you, Matt. You know, that rumor I've been hearing must be true, that Charlie Patricelli may run for mayor. Well, we couldn't find a better choice, I'll tell you. Charles is a good man. I tell you, all the years when I was mayor, I would work with Charles a lot. I would say deal with him a lot. Not all good. I know when I'd have a delegation of seniors come up to my office complaining about the heat in Quinn Apartments, I'd have to go up and say, Charles, for God's sake, bring it up from 50. We get it up to 55 anyway.
These are your friends, Charlie.
Oh, no.
They're your friends.
I tell the truth.
You do.
No, but it was good times. But I have to say, though, under Charlie's leadership, our housing authority certainly took a turn. He got right in the middle of it, ironed out a lot of problems we had there and in Van Rensselaer Village. And he addressed those in a professional way, and I was quite proud of the work he did up there. So I'm very happy to know that Charlie is going to be our next mayor in this city. And if they want me to come down someday to give you a little but not too much, I'm retired now. You know, and then Peter, he's no novice to the city. He worked with me as a deputy corporation counsel down there, and Peter did a great job. I'm glad to see him back in the city and back in, going to be on our council. We're going to have a hell of a council this year. So at this time, I want to congratulate both these guys, and I'll ask Charles to come up and say a few words. Now, remember what I said, few, right?
Yes, I have a few. Thank you, Bob, and thank you, Matt, for your great words and truthful comments. As you know, I was raised here in Waterville. I went to Mark Carmel Church and School, Waterville High School, graduated from both Hudson Valley and Siena. Waterville has always been a very special place to me. I've been a volunteer for so many different organizations and have been involved in so many projects and activities here in the city for over 40 years. I spent 39 years working for the residents of Waterville, first at City Hall, starting out there, 35 years at the Housing Authority, and now for the past 2 years or so as a councilman. Now the opportunity has come, and I'm officially announcing my decision to run for the mayor of City of Waterville. I now feel I can better serve you and the City of Waterville more effectively as your mayor. Over the past 2 years, I've worked hard to represent your best interests. I feel I've made great progress in helping improve our finances, maintaining a close eye on our expenditures, and while at the same time not to reduce services and keeping Waterville something we can be proud to call our home. I found out that our residents want to be kept informed. I believe communications with our residents is a key. And yes, I do send out Facebook posts, emails, and I post a lot of information on my website to keep everyone informed. To me, and I believe to you, I believe that's important. Taking on the responsibility of mayor, if elected, will be challenging. It will require some difficult decisions, but only thinking of one objective: what is best for Waterville as a whole. My decision didn't come easily. You recently elected me as a city council member, and I will continue to fulfill those duties to the best of my ability. Watervliet is a great city, surrounded by other great cities and municipalities. We need to work together to share our resources, and more importantly, we need to share our knowledge with our experienced leaders of all cities and staff that benefits all of us. Regardless of your party affiliation, we are all in this together. We share the same streets, parks, facilities, and we're all neighbors. I intend to work with both the longtime city residents and also our younger residents as well. I want to give our younger residents a reason to stay here and raise their families here in Watervliet. I want to also improve and enhance our relationship with our business owners and help them thrive and grow. The better they do, the better our community will prosper. To make this happen, I need your help, your advice, and more importantly, your trust. Please don't sit back and hope it happens. We need dedicated and interested residents who want to bring a positive change to our city. Whatever you can do is appreciated. I can't thank my wife and my family enough for their support. Now the third campaign in 4 years. I feel for her. Also, to thank the support and the endorsement of the Watervliet Democratic Party, but more importantly, you, the residents of Watervliet. I want to thank all those elected officials that have helped me over the years and their support by supporting me today. They're all great leaders and all running for re-election, so please support them come this June and November. I want to thank everybody for coming out today. We got one shot at this, so let's make it happen. And don't forget the petitions start on February 26th. So let's go get them. Now it's my pleasure to introduce a good friend, a longtime friend of mine. Like you said, he was a corporation counsel for the Watervliet Housing Authority. I've known Peter for a long time, and I couldn't ask for a better person to be on the ballot with me this coming June and September and November. Thank you, Charlie.
I am going to be very brief. First thing I want to do is I want to say thank you to Chairman Ethier for his kind words. I'm sorry, my wife wasn't here. Did anybody film those so he could he could make it? But I want to thank Matt. I want to thank Chris Dawes from the Democratic Committee, and I want to thank each and every committeeman for the trust that they showed in me, the trust that they showed in Charles, and that we were unanimously approved to be your representatives for the Watervliet Mayor and Watervliet City Council. I am very proud of that. I love my city. I love everything about it. I get a warm feeling as soon as I cross the bridge coming from Troy, or I come down in from Manans, and I have these great thoughts about the city, and we have these great ideas of where the city can go. You know, Watervliet is a great place to grow up. It's a great place to live, but this campaign, when I talked to Charlie, is not about turning the clock back to try to make Watervliet great again, like what it was, right? This campaign is going to be about the future and pulling it and pushing it and dragging it and moving it really in the future. And just as Charles said, for the young people who live in the city and for all of us that live in the city, we want to get this city going and rolling and moving and better in the future. And we're going to, you know, be the start of it, and we're going to be the head of it. But we need every single person in this room to help us, you know, to join in us and help us. We're really excited. We're excited about a campaign. We can't wait to get out there and ring bells and knock on doors. Got to get a couple new pairs of sneakers. We're going to hit every house, and we can't wait. Thank you so much to everyone in this room, and I appreciate everything from the Watervliet City Democratic Committee. Thank you.
Thank you all. I second everything that these guys said. We have to get out. We have to get out and do the vote. Our committee people are going to be going door to door in some cold winter months here, getting some signatures, securing places on the ballots for these individuals here. But we can't rest come June 25th. It's important to get out. Nothing's set in stone. You know, Charles has a lot of support. He ran a grant campaign last year, and he won pretty handily. But we can't just assume that's going to happen this year. and sit home on primary day. We need to get out. We need to get out and support both of these men as well as the rest of the county slate. So again, thank you all for coming. Any questions, feel free to reach out to him. But we have some refreshments, compliments of Charles and his family over on the side here. Feel free to come up, get your pictures taken with these guys. They're better looking than I am, so. But thank you all. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Craig.
Thank you.
Craig.
Yeah.
No, you're good.
Charles.